presenting. I will ask you to relax because there are a lot of things they are going to tell you, a lot of things you are going to learn. You must wait. But before then, let us pray. Father, we thank you, Lord. We bless you. We give you praise. Be thou exalted, O Lord. Abba, Father, Lord God, for who you are, Abba, Father, we worship you because you are holy. There is none like thee. Take glory, Almighty God. Take glory, Jehovah Nissi. Take glory, Jehovah Jireh. Blessed be your holy name. We thank you for the life you have given to us. We thank you for everything. Father, we thank you, Lord God Jehovah, our leader, Mazin Namdekano, immortal Redeemer, that you will protect and guide him, be with him, strengthen him. The plans of the enemy over him will not come to pass. My Lord and my God, Abba, Father, we ask you, Jehovah Nissi, upon the ESN, Jehovah Jireh, that you protect them, O Lord, that the plans of the enemy over them will not come to pass. Father, you strengthen the ESN, Jehovah Jireh, you will be with them, you will help them. Immortal Redeemer, the same one presenting Biafrans all over the world, asking you to strengthen them, to bless them as well. Heavenly Father will speak to the Biafran land. Let the land arise, O Lord God Jehovah, in defense of your people, to the glory of your name. Thank you, blessed Lord. Thank you, Abba, Father. Lord, this we pray and believe that you have answered as we make this prayer in the mighty name of your beloved Son, Yeshua HaMashiach. Great Biafrans and friends of Biafra, just as I told you, we have some men from Asia, national coordinators from Asia, who are going to be part of this program under the leadership of the Asian rep, Mazi Oscar Okeke. I will be bringing them in right now. I'll be bringing them in right now in a moment, and I'll advise you to stay by. Can you hear me? Onyisi? Can you hear me? Onyisi, can you hear me? Okay, I think I'm going to reconnect back. Just hang on while we are still trying to reconnect with them. All right. Can you hear me, Onyisi? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
All right. You have the mic.
Thank you very much once again, Mazi Anthony Bilo. Thank you very much. May God bless you. Good morning from here, good afternoon, good evening, good night, the lovers of freedom, all Biafran and lovers of freedom. I say may God bless each and every one of us. And also thank you, our listeners, and also IPOB members and Biafrans. Without wasting more time, I want to introduce myself, but I believe before we do anything, we have prayed. And we have called Chukwu Okike Abiama to come and take absolute control, and what we are going to do today. So without wasting much time, we thank Chukwu Okike Abiama. My name is Mazi Okeke Oscar. By special grace of Chukwu Okike Abiama, I hail from Nanka in Oka province, Biafran land. And also by the special grace of Elohim, I serve indigenous people of Biafra as a Asia representative, and also a member of the elected of state. Today, I'm here with me with some Asian national coordinators. There is some issues we are about to discuss today. So, Biafrans, I would like each and every one of you to stay tuned. I'm going to call a few names that will join us today to broadcast. So, without wasting more time, I'm calling upon the Mazi. Can you hear me?
Yes, honestly, I can hear you.
Yeah, without wasting more time, please introduce yourself to Biafrans.
Thank you very much. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zones, Biafrans worldwide, all friends of Biafra and lovers of freedom. My name is Mazi Ugochukwu Wajago. I hail from Obo in Oka province of Biafra land. And by the grace of Chukwuka Abiyama Premi Henine, I served the indigenous people of Biafra as the national coordinator for the IPOB China family. Thank you, and I stand by Onyisi.
Thank you very much, Mazi. Without waste more time, I'm coming to you straight away. Mazi King David, can you hear me?
Yes, Onyisi.
Go ahead. Microphone is yours.
I thank God, the Almighty Chukwuka for a day like this. Without wasting no more time, Onyisi, I thank you again for this opportunity. My name, Mazi King David Christian Eze. I hail from Amanato in Edato local government, Imo State, Biafra land. By the special grace of Almighty Chukwuka Abiyama, I'm serving the Biafra in South Korea as a national coordinator. Thank you very
much, Mazi King David. Without wasting more time, let us quickly go to Mazi Chimezie. Sorry, Mazi Chimezie, can you hear me? Introduce yourself to Biafrans.
Yes, Onyisi.
Yeah, we'll go ahead, Mazi.
Good morning from here.
Good morning.
Ọtụtụ ọma na ụmụ Chineke, ehihie ọma na abalị ọma nọ, ụmụ Biafra, ụmụ IPOB. Anywhere you are, and lovers of freedom alike. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, depending on your time zone. It is a privilege to be here today. My name is Mazi Chimezie Vincent Godwin. I am from Obakala. Obakala is in Umuahia province, Biafra land. And I'm serving the indigenous people of Biafra as a coordinator here in Thailand. Ekele Munu.
Thank you very much, Mazi Chimezie. Thank you very much. I hope all of us have introduced ourselves. And also, without wasting more time, I want to thank our presenter, Mwachineke. I say, may their days belong. You have been doing a great work. I say, may people can continue to bless you and also give you the strength for you to continue this work you are doing, because I know it's not an easy work. And also, I want to use this opportunity also to thank our IPOB leadership, our leader, and also all of us people in Asia saying happy birthday to our lovely, trusted leader, Mazi Nandekana, and his own family. Because we thank Chukwuka for adding more year to his year. So we really thank Chukwuka for his life and what Chukwuka has been doing upon his soul. And we wishing him very, very soon he will come out and rejoin IPOB family and Biafra at large. So, and also, we also thanking Chukwuka for the head of the elected state, Mazi Edoziem, and deputy head of the elected state, and all US members, and also IPOB principal officers all over the world. We thank Chukwuka in their life for protection and guidance. And all this while, we never heard anything bad news from our principal officers. It's not by our doing, it's by the grace of Chukwuka Abiyama, and we must acknowledge that. So, Biafrans all over the world, without wasting more time, there's issues we want to we bring to you, we want us to look into. Last week, we discussed a lot of issues, and also with the national coordinator that all of us come together to deliberate on those issues, and we believe that all Biafrans heard what we said and they also adhere to those instructions today there is an issue we want to look into again. The instruction being directed from IPOB leadership, being directed through Mazi Chike Doziem, the head of the Directorate of State. There is an instruction he gives for all Biafrans, not just about IPOB, Biafrans. He need that all of us must sit at home come 1st of October. And the reason why all of us must adhere that instruction, because you cannot say that you hate what is going on and they stay patronizing what the Zoological Republic being Nigeria are doing. When someone said that they want to reject Nigeria and they calling for referendum, there must something you need to do. You will not be staying in one place and expecting changes in your life. It's impossible. We must apply new strategy, and that is a strategy is what IPO leadership are applying now. That every Biafrans and lovers of freedom must sit at home on 1st of October, as directed by and also instructed by Mazi Chike Doziem. We must adhere to that. There is no reason whatsoever anybody that calls himself a people of conscience, a normal human being, nothing to celebrate in Zoological Republic. Are we going to celebrate our death? Are we going to celebrate banditry? Are we going to celebrate terrorism? What are we going to celebrate? There is urgent need that everybody comply with this sit-at-home order and even bring all the Zoological Republic flag down, because there is nothing to celebrate. There is nothing to, in fact, all the schools must surely be shut down in Biafran land. Even I will even advise other people to follow suit, because nothing to celebrate. Are we celebrating the way they are claiming innocent Biafrans on daily basis, day by day? Or are we celebrating hunger in Biafran land? Are we celebrating abject poverty? Are we celebrating no right, no road, every damn things? What are we celebrating? In fact, Zoological Republic this year will go down in history as the most terrorizing nation to remember. That is why IPOB leadership deemed it fit to give instruction that every Biafran all over the world, especially people in the Biafran land, must sit at home and bring the flag of Zoological Republic down. In fact, I don't see any reason why we'll be flagging the Zoological Republic flag, because they are killing us on a daily basis. So I'm here, I'm not here with me alone. There is other national coordinators with me. We want to deliberate on these issues of sit at home, and the importance of this sit at home, because it's very, very important that we now talk about sit at home and the reasons why all of us must sit at home. In fact, I will now advocating that if our people will listen to the spirit of reasoning, the whole Zoological Republic is supposed to sit at home to show Janjaweed there is nothing to remember, there is nothing to celebrate about 1st of October. Because it's what we're supposed to do. Whether you call yourself a middle belt, whether you call yourself a Duduwa, whether you call yourself a Hausa, those people that have a conscience supposed to sit at home, not even only Biafrans. Because Zoological Republic have come into the land that is at the peak of breakthrough. In fact, if you now want to describe the Zoological Republic is a fair state. No two ways about that one. It's a fair state. Nothing is going in the Zoological Republic. Nothing is moving in the Zoological Republic. Everything has been so terrorized. From here to toe, no institution in the Zoological Republic that is working. Absolutely nothing. So that we have every reason to sit at home, and not only Biafra, every Zoological Republic, they're supposed to join suit. Because this is a noble thing we're supposed to do. So without wasting more time, I'm going to our colleagues here, Mazi Wadaga. I just want you to give us what you think about this sit at home. Tell Biafran what you think about this sit at home, because we need to tell Biafran to sit at home and lovers of freedom, especially those people in Biafran land. It's very, very noble thing to do. In fact, we are doing it with happiness because that is a noble thing we're supposed to do, not by force, not by forcing us. It's a noble thing we're supposed to do. So without wasting more time, I hope you can hear me.
Very well.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, my able Asian Continental Rep, Mazi Oscar Cape. And in the same vein, I thank all our leadership in the Directorate of State, our head of Directorate, Mazi Edosium, and his deputy, Mazi Nzbemik. I greet Biafrans worldwide, and I thank in a special way the privilege for all of us, given to all of us by our great and indomitable leader, Mazi Namdek. Our leader has taught us a lot, and as we push into this final phase of our restoration, I believe all the lessons, all the lectures we have received from him, it is time to apply them for this final push. The Biafran people have seen in the past months that the sit at home is the most effective form of civil protest. And we have been using over the years the street protest for our demand for a referendum for the indigenous peoples in the British Nigeria. We have been using this form of protest on the street. But instead of the Zoo's government, the Zoo people and the uncivilized people in government of the Zoo, to see this display of civility by Biafrans and reason with us, they deployed their army and every other gun-carrying security force to gun us down in our thousands. Now they have pushed us into sitting at home to protest the slaughter of our fellow comrades, the slaughter of our people, the rape of our sisters, our daughters, and our mothers, and the sacking of our towns and villages by their terrorists. Who knows what? They have terrorists in uniform, they have terrorists nicknamed bandits, and some nicknamed Fulani headsmen. All these forms of terrorism they have brought to our land. Therefore, the sit-at-home protests have proven to be very effective, and we are staying the course. We are staying the course. Our great leader, Onyendumazin Nandekano, has informed us that the whole world will see that Biafrans are civilized. We will continue to use a simple disobedience, simple social civil disobedience to boycott all boycottables until the Zoo heeds to our demand. And that's exactly what we will continue to do. Therefore, as has been announced by our head of directorate, the head of directorate of the indigenous people of Mazi Edosium, led by Onyendumazin Nandeka, 1st October 2021. 1st October 2021. This is a date that we herald a final rejection of the fraudulent and the criminal amalgamation or whatever stupid time the enemy used to force Biafra into their zoo called Nigeria. We are going to do our final displeasure and rejection of this system, of this institution of slavery by sitting at home on that very day. Everywhere in Biafra land will be locked down, and the sit-at-home protest will be used by all Biafra to send that direct message. The direct message is that it is over for us in this zoo, and we are going home. nobody should come out on that particular day, the 1st of October 2021, for any reason whatsoever. As a matter of fact, Biafrans, we all know that adherence to the instruction of the leadership of IPOB leads us, guides us, and takes us closer to Biafra freedom. So our 100% compliance is expected and to be carried out in every city, town, and villages in Biafra land. These areas we cover all parts of Biafra land, including Delta, Anambra, Enugu, Ebonyi, Bayelsa, Rivers, Imo, Abia, Cross River, Akwa Ibom, parts of Benue, Kogi, and Edo states. All these areas of the indigenous people of Biafra will sit at home 100%. As my able rep has also advised, it is even better for every part of this group to sit at home to protest the killings going on everywhere, because it's not just in Biafra land. The killings is happening everywhere in this group. Everywhere. I don't remember or hear of any part of this group that is safe. Even the Abuja is broken. The terrorists and the bandits are taking over. They are coming for your head. They are coming for you. All you legislators, Abuja stealing thieves, they are coming for you. It's one after the other. They are taking their job step by step. So, and adding to that, all Nigerian flags, that is this new most ugly flag, will never be found anywhere in Biafra land, with the exception of the banks, as directed by our head of the directorate, Mazi Edoziem. He has a very important reason for that, because we know the zoo always take advantage of our applications to our freedom to commit their heinous crimes. We, as they have done before, go to rob in the banks in the name of we are going to pull down a zoo flag there. But at this time, our leadership has cut off all those chances for them. So nobody should go to any bank. Our leadership has instructed they will have their own way of instructing the banking take care of that on their own. But any other place we see a zoo flag flying, we should take it down. The worst is that it cannot be in our homes, although we know we never have these zoo flags. I don't know if any real Biafran that have zoo flags in their home. But at this time, it is total rejection. So we do away with every flag of the zoo, the green, white, green nonsense. Every one of them in our homes, offices, in everywhere. It shouldn't be found anywhere. But as has been directed, let us allow the bank institution to take care of that by themselves, as we be directed by our leadership. So all these actions, we put our rejection and our march to freedom on course. Steadily, it is on course, and it will lead us to final victory. So I want to also touch about on the second item, which is our support for ESN. I think it is sacrosanct, because
thank you very much, Mazi Nwajago. Thank you very much for that information. Without wasting more time, I'm going back to Mazi. I think he's having issues. Without wasting more time, let me go to Mazi. Mazi Chimeze, can you hear me? Mazi Chimeze, can you hear me?
Honestly, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, go ahead.
Once again, my name is Mazi Chimeze from Obakala, Umuahia province. It is fit and proper to raise a question concerning all the actions that we've been taking right from the time of our internal leader Mazi Odumegwu Ojukwu up to this day. Every Biafran must understand the reason why we are struggling and the reason why we are on this quest to set ourselves free. Freedom is paramount. Freedom is a very interesting thing in the life of every reasonable human being. And that is why, as a matter of this fact, we must do everything possible to make sure that we are free. We are free from this contraption called Nigeria. As a matter of this fact, it is our duty to make sure as Biafrans that everything about Nigeria is extinguished in our territory, Biafra land. Since 1914, I don't want to go that far, since 1960 till this day, over 60 years and counting, Nigeria has never offered any reasonable thing in our lives, in our destinies, in our future. Nigeria is a disgrace. Nigeria is backwardness. Nigeria is a crime that has been committed against in the history of this life, against man. So as a matter of this fact, we, the indigenous people of Biafra, must continue to work hard to make sure that our name is not included or inclusive in this fraud. Nigeria is a total fraud. Nigeria is a disgrace. Nigeria is pain. Nigeria is penury. That is why we are fighting day and night to make sure that we remove ourselves from this space. So as a matter of this fact, we are urging our brothers, our sisters, our people back there at home in Biafra land to respect and honor the seat at home on the 1st of October 2021. There is nothing to celebrate. If one must ask question, what is it that we have to celebrate? Is it the destruction that Nigeria have brought upon our lives? Is it the death that is going on every day? Is it the injustice? Is it the bad roads? Is it the bad governance? Is it the bad administrative system of that contraption called that we are going to celebrate? Everybody must understand that Nigeria is not what we are destined for. Everybody must understand that Nigeria is the reason why we are suffering today. Everybody must understand that word Nigeria is a curse upon anybody that happens to bear it on his identity. As Biafrans, we are urging you, all of you, to always be consistent even as we move on this struggle. We are not going back, we are not backing down. We must make sure that we set ourselves free so that those that will come before us will not suffer the way we have suffered. Many of us are not supposed to be here talking from abroad, but it's because of the situation we find ourselves in. And that is why we must do everything to end it in this our generation. The Directorate of States under the leadership of Mazi Chikedoziem have declared that come that evil day of 1st October 2021, all of us Biafrans must sit at home. We must sit at home. We must not come out to glorify evil. We must not come out to glorify death. We must not come out to glorify disaster. Nigeria is not something that anybody can come to defend or stand for. All of us must adhere to this order. Whether you are selling, whether you are doing business, whether you are working in an office, all you need to ask yourself is this. Take your senses back to when you started working in the office and today. What are your benefits? The benefit of celebrating Nigeria is celebrating death. Nobody knows when his own time will come. If you watch what is happening right in Nigeria today, especially in Biafra land, you will see that our race is at the risk of extinction. That is why we must sit at home. That is why we must do everything possible to exonerate ourselves to remove ourselves from this curse called Nigeria. Every Biafran, we are urging every man and woman in Biafra land, every lovers of freedom. It is not a matter of am I IPOP or not. It is a duty that we must have to do collectively. It is a directive that we must have to take very, very serious, because the issue of Nigeria is hanging everybody on the neck. And as our leader used to say, if we don't destroy Nigeria, Nigeria will destroy us. So as a matter of fact, every person must make sure that come 1st of October 2021, we must sit at home. We must not go out. We must tell Nigeria and its evil that we are not part of it. Everybody cherish good things. Everybody cherish good life. When you think of going out on the 1st of October, look at the roads that lead to your house. Look at how far you go to get water. On your electricity and see whether the light will on. When you think of trying to celebrate that evil, look at your educational system. Look at how your life is. When you are a market woman or man thinking to go and celebrate, ask yourself, where you are selling, is it supposed to be like that? Look at how wretched and how tattered our markets look. This is the things we are fighting for. We are trying to make a better living for our people. We are trying to make sure that our people enjoy the good things of life. That is the need for us to sit at home. That is the reason why we must segregate ourselves from this evil contraption called Nigeria, because it's a curse. We must not go out. We must not go out. It is a duty that we must have to be done. That must have to be done, because the issue of being identified as a Nigerian have brought us shame, have brought us regret, have brought death upon us, have brought injustice, have brought all manner of every evil thing anyone's heart can think of. And that is why we must continue to sojourn on this journey, because we will never back down until we get our freedom. As a matter of fact, it is my able advice. I am urging all Biafrans, whether you like the IPOP or not, it is our duty to make sure that we secure our future. It is our duty to make sure that when you travel on the road, nobody will kidnap you. It is our duty to make sure that when anything happens, we will get justice. It is our duty to make sure you can drive any car you want to drive without being afraid of the road to apply. It is our duty to make sure that governance is what it is and not what it is in the contraption called Nigeria. Sitting at home, we pass a message continually to Nigeria itself and the world at large that we are tired of being in this subjugation, in this pain and penury. And as a matter of fact, it is a message to them too that is holding our leader. We are telling them that they must release him unconditionally. Unconditionally, we say, because we are not going to stop until we get at the final destination. We must get freedom. Biafra is our destination, and that is where we must get to. It is not a threat. It is not a boast, but that is the way it's going to be. And as I urge all our brothers, Biafrans in the southern Biafra, those in the riverine area, it is the time in the coastal region. It is the time we stand up together. What is happening in Nigeria today, it is not, nobody is having fun. Those of us in the coastal region, are you having fun? Your resources have been slashed and now you are getting only 3%. Whereas those people that doesn't know how it came, those people that we don't know where they came from, are now getting over 100%. So how are you enjoying it? The bad roads, are you having fun? Those our brothers in coastal region. And if you are in Bayelsa, are your roads the best? Do you have running water? Do you have electricity? Do you have good governance? Are the Fulanis not ravaging and destroying the farms? Are they not killing you? Are you getting justice? What is the need for you to be supporting this evil contraction? It is the time I am calling on our coastal brothers to stand up and join fully with this and comply fully with this sit at home, with every directives from the IPOP leadership under the leadership of Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is our duty collectively as Biafrans, both from the east, from the south, from the north of Biafra, and from the west of Biafra, to make sure that we work collectively to set ourselves free from this pains and penury. For years, for almost 2 years now, most of us that are in the universities have been in one semester, just because of bad system, just because of evil. That is why we must stand up. I am calling and begging and urging our coastal brothers to stand up and join this race. We must speak with one voice. It is the time for us to set ourselves free. If you are fighting to benefit what the gifts or the resources God has given you, it is only Biafra that will guarantee you that. Biafra will guarantee you safety. Biafra will guarantee you justice. Biafra will guarantee you success in every aspect of life. You will no more run abroad or run scatter or pay bribe for you to see yourself through. It is in Biafra that all man will be equal in the eye of the law. We must rise up and join in this sit at home. Celebrating Nigeria is celebrating your death. Celebrating Nigeria is celebrating your backwardness. Celebrating Nigeria is celebrating bad roads. Celebrating Nigeria is celebrating massacre, kidnapping. Celebrating Nigeria is celebrating your resources for other people to take it while you lavish in penury. It is what we have to do collectively to make sure that we set ourselves free from this evil and from this worst nightmare that has happened in the history of man. We call on every Biafran, wherever you are, to make sure, right from the coast of Delta State to the blank of Edo State, to that of Benue State. All our people must, and Kogi State, all our people present in that place, in those places must adhere, because we need to be free. We need to enjoy the good things of life. We need to live a life worthy of emulation. We need to have running waters. We need to raise our heads and people will see us. We need to understand that life that is meaningful is worth living. I thank all of you. And I pray that all of you will understand what we are doing and always make sure that come 31st of October 2021, this contraction called Zoo will be disgraced totally. I hand over to Ebo Eshanreb Mazosko Kek. I thank you all.
Thank you very much, Maze. Thank you very much. Maze, I really appreciate what you just said. You know, the problem we have with Biafran land and all the so-called political juggernauts is all of them, very few among them is genuine politicians. They are not political by career. They are genuine, just very, very few. I must confess that we have in Biafran land, we have very, very few people in Biafran land that is genuine. As a House of Assembly, as a senators, other ones is a political opportunist. And moreover, these people also called our politicians. Most of them are confused. Really, they are confused. They don't know what to go. They don't want to which way to follow. Even some Janjaweed are asking them which way are they. They cannot even. They couldn't even answer that question. They demanded for restructuring. Janjaweed said no. Fulani Oligeka said no to them. They demanded for 1999 Constitution amendment. The same Janjaweed, Fulani Oligeka said no. They demanded to true federalism. The same Janjaweed said no to them. They demanded for going back to the Constitution as early as 90 former this thing they are using. Each geopolitical zone will now control their resources and this thing. The same Fulani say no to them. So if all they are demanded, these people refuted all of them, refused. What so-called our politicians are still doing in zoological republic. No wonder people are saying what united them with their counterpart in the north is only corruption. Because the same politicians in Biafra land, some of them, majority of them like corrupt. They are very, very corrupt. Even in the heart, in the mindset, in their doing, everything is corrupt. That is why today they cannot be able to choose or make bold, to stand bold and declare Biafra is their stand. It's only few individuals that can be able to say Biafra. Even in their house, even in the House of Assembly, even in the senatorial session, only few individuals. Because somebody that doesn't have anything in here, they don't fear about his bucket or whatsoever to fall down. It's when you have a skeleton in your cupboard, it's when you started fearing, having fear in your mind, having fear because of EFCC, because of whatever intimidation. But when you are so clean, you are not afraid of all these things. That is why very few individuals in Biafra as a politicians can be able to stand and say what they want to say without being molested, without being cajoled, because they know they are clean, both in and outside. But the question is today, how many of our politicians can be able to stand up and say enough is enough? Because they have the mandate. Had it been all our politicians today and they said we resign, we need to go referendum, all our coastal region and the hinterland Biafra, all of them join together and say today we now cease to not be a zoological republic again. Today we need Biafra. Enough is enough. In fact, let me say it here again. Let the whole world hear my voice. We will stay allowing this gentleman to continue lord over us, to continue doing what they are doing is our politicians. That is a very simple as ABC. If our all Biafran politicians, people in the coastal region, people in hinterland Biafra, all of us join hands together and say enough is enough, we will never see them to win again in our territory. They demanded for referendum. That is where they stand. They said if you do not do this thing, they will resign. That is the end of the zoological republic. But today, majority of them are confused. They don't want to go. Going back, they don't want. Coming back, they don't want. They stand one place. They are being stagnant. Why? Because they are a bunch of confusionists. Everywhere, they don't know what to do. Even the so-called gentlemen will now turning them like a kid. Because they are so scared, because of the evil they are committed, because of the amount of corruption, the things they have eaten, the amount of money they have embezzled. They're like a wizard, they cannot talk. They're just giving their head, no, they will just nothing. Because once they speak, then we will now use their EFCC and go after them. They will be silent. So what are we saying? We the people are the people that have power now to decide and to determine what we want. And now we the people are making it very obvious that we must sit at home come 1st of October. And when we are doing it, we're doing it with every joy and happiness. Why? The reason is very simple. Because we understand discretion. Because we understand our predicament in the zoological republic. How can somebody that had been a producing oil company, producing crude oil as a state, where you have every natural resources, you have every human resources in abundance, I said in abundance, yet we now be lavish with abject poverty. Yet we cannot be able to plow 247 electricity, no motorable road. What will make you to come out to celebrate? Absolutely nothing. Even upon all these things, they're not even building infrastructures, they're not giving us a free education, they're not looking out after us. Yet they, on top of that, they clean us at will. You drive your motorcycle, you bring your personal lumber generator. After you are happy using it to sleep and wake up, tomorrow morning you want to go to your office, they will stop you on road and demand money for you. If you do not give, they will kill you. If we say we hate the zoological republic, we must refuse, reject zoological republic in totality. Everything pertaining to zoological republic. Question now is, how can we reject the zoological republic? By following the instruction through IPO leadership on October 1st, stay at home. Anywhere you see their flag, bring it down and set it on fire. Because Zoo not worthy to set their flag in Biafran land. In fact, it's high time for all our politicians to declare their stand. If they are using it to cover our politicians, now they're supposed to say, God forbid battle, and then rise up and stand and make their stand very clear. Everything you people are demanding in secretly, in open, in public, they rejected it, say no, and we must lord over you, and they will not do nothing. We do nothing. And as you as always we are Isiago coat and all that, you don't have the power, you don't have the ball to stand up and defend your family, defend your land. And today, tomorrow, we said we are now guidance or gatekeeper of Biafran land. And even some of them who entrusted the power are talking nonsense. They even supporting Jajawu to kill us more and more. So anything we can now do in a conformity to stop the zoological public soonest, I'm into it. I agree with it totally. And I urge each and every one of us, Biafrans in Biafran land, lovers of freedom, join hands together to end the zoo very soon as soon as possible. Because more we prolong the zoo, more they kill us. But if we can be able to stop the zoo, end the zoo very, very soon, we will now have our life. Because more we allow zoo to continue to exist, is more they will continue to kill us unabated. And they're so arrogant, they're so proud that they will kill us, nothing will happen. And that is true. They kill us, nothing will happen. But now is a time for us to say enough is enough. That is why we come, and that is the statement all of us here are making, that everybody must sit at home. So without wasting more time, I'm going to one of us again to tell us what he think about this sit at home. And his advice to Biafrans in Biafra, in our motherland, and our Biafrans in coastal region and hinterland. The reason where all of them must sit at home, because it's very, very important. We need to end the zoological republic as soon as possible. As our leader always said, if you do not end the zoo will end their life. Zoological republic have ended a lot of people's life. Promising young men and young women, youth, they have ended their life. But today we now join hands together to end the zoo by fire, by force. So I come on to Mars King David. Mars King David, can you hear me?
Yes, Onisi. I hear you. Thank you so much, Onisi.
Thank you very much.
And good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all Biafrans worldwide, depending on your time zone. The Biafrans, I said Biafrans hope all of the Biafrans are listening. I want to tell you that when you see a child crying and pointing hand somewhere, look, if the mother is not there, the father is there. We are talking of one thing. Nigeria. I want to tell you, my brother, this freedom, our freedom is in our hands. Only if we cooperate. The world is looking at us. The world is looking at what we are going to do. Now, I want to ask you again. Can you tell me you will be celebrating when your own brother or your own father, your loved ones died, and you will be there praising and rejoicing, celebrating, and jubilating? Tell me how you feel when your own loved mother, let me use mother as an example. When you lost your mother, for those that love their mother so much, it will be like you have lost everything. This is exactly what is happening in Nigeria as we are talking today. The Nigerians, they are killing the Biafrans, killing people, not only the Biafrans, even many other people in Nigeria. And you want to tell me you be proud coming out on that face, celebrating Nigeria. You are praising, you want to celebrate, you want to jubilate, you want to rejoice on that 1st October. Oh my goodness. And you will be, you say that you don't want Nigeria, you want Nigeria, but you will be there praising them, celebrating. The one who said this man is stupid. Yes, you are stupid. What are you celebrating on? You don't need to be told on all these things. When we are talking of sit at home, this 1st October, it left for every one of us, every single one of us, to obey this, this rule, because it's just like, it's generally now. Everybody should just sit at home. Now, let me say it, not only the Biafrans, even our Oduduwa brothers. In other parts of our own people, Nigerians, all over Nigerians that are suffering on all this issue of Nigeria. My brother, can we use one, or Ijo photo now? Let us join hands and do this, the same time. Both Oduduwas, because a child that doesn't have a parents, a child that doesn't have a mother, take advice, for the child that have a parents. I'm talking of other people, part of the Biafra. When you hear, or that we are advising the Biafra to sit at home, not to celebrate this fest at home. Brothers and sisters, you need to take this advice on yourself too. We don't need to call you, on them one by one. Can we just join hands together and do this once at a time? Let the world know that we don't want this thing called Nigeria anymore. Can we do this once and for all? I want to ask you, my brothers and sisters, everybody, can you look at these children you born? Can you look at them and ask yourself, where is the future of these children? And the youth, I want you to just bring a mirror, look at yourself at the mirror, and ask yourself, where did their futures lie? Can you ask yourself this question? Look, as far as you are still in Nigeria, as far as you are still bearing this name Nigeria, oh my brother, you are going nowhere. You don't have a future. This is the pure truth. This is the pure truth, and every one of us knows it. We are talking of the politicians, just like our national coordinator, Asian, they have just said, the politicians, they are confused because of the little change you have, and you don't want you want Nigeria because of the little change they are giving you, the money they are giving you, and this money you are after. This money is just for you and your family. You don't care about others. I want to use Korea. I'm inside Korea. I want to use Korea as an example. If you come to Korea here today, my brother, you don't know who is poor, who is rich. Everyone are in the same thing. Because that which a poor man can, which a rich man can afford, a poor man can afford it too. In Korea here today. How did they achieve it? Because they use one hand to do it. During the time when they were still under the Japanese, they are looking. They want to free themselves from Japan. Just like as we have IPOB today worldwide, that is the same way. The South Korea, they have their own freedom fighters all over the world. They have groups in their groups of them all over the world. They have leaders, guiding them. when the time comes, the people of South Korea, people in America, in Germany, in different parts of the country, be you a doctor, be you a lawyer, be you an engineer, be you whatever you are, they leave everything they have, they are doing, their hard work, the money they are earning that place, and they come to Korea to join to do the sacrifice for their country. Without expecting any salary. Tell me, oh my brother, I don't know what to look. I want to tell you that Biafra. God give us one of the best gifts ever. The wisdom that God give us, is exceptional. We are one of the wisest people in the world, but we don't use it. We don't use it. The gift that God give you, it's only when you put it in practice that is when you see it, when you see it to manifest. But if you had it, that gift will just die like that. God has given us the gift, the wisdom, to do everything. But look at us, we just hide under Nigeria because of rubbish. Some change, some people when oh my goodness. Biafrans, I want to tell everybody, I don't believe in talking, too much, because I believe that a word is a wise. One word is a word is a wise for the it's enough for the wise. Sorry, a word is enough for the wise. A child who will learn must learn. We know something, but being a fool, whatever you tell a fool, he will still be where he is. We are the wisest people in the world. If you believe it, just take it. If you don't believe it, just take it as you think. But I want to tell you that God give us the best wisdom in the world. Watch when this nation called Nigeria. When Biafra will go on their own, those people will go on their own, and you see other people go on their own. My brother, you will see what is happening. You will see it. Now, when I'm talking of the Biafran, the Nigerian flag should be put down. I advise everybody, whenever you see Nigeria from tonight, whenever you see this flag, put it down. Except the banks, because they always have a reason why they say don't go to the bank. Because some people use that opportunity, to rob the bank and all these things. So don't go to the bank. Or do it with communicate to the bank. And they will do it by themselves. But apart from bank, every other place you see the Nigerian flag, put it down. I am so ashamed to see some of our people keeping even Nigerian flag in their own house. Are you not ashamed of yourself? Let me vote again from Nigeria. Keeping your Nigerian flag in your own house and be proud, putting on Nigerian jersey on your body, going around. God forgive us. God forgive us. Truly, God forgive us. Our leader, our Onyendu Martin Tatekalo, has taught us a lot. And he will be expecting us, to do what he has taught us. So if you do all those things, our leader is alive. He will be proud of seeing what is happening, all over Biafra land. Even all over Nigeria. See both one brother and other people. See what is happening, my brothers and sisters. I tell you, just like I said before, a word is enough for the wise. We don't need to talk from now till tomorrow before you can learn. I believe somebody who will learn must learn. That is it. So we don't need to go more far. Just take it that on 1st October, nothing like celebration. Everybody should just sit at home. It doesn't matter the type of business you are doing, the type of or whatever. Just sit at home. Let the world know that we don't want Nigeria anymore. Nigeria is now a past tense. Nigeria is now a past tense. Let's face the president, my brothers and sisters. Please, that's my advice to every single one of us, all the Biafrans, our Oduduwa brothers, and every other party, even the Hausas. That is my best advice, to them. For anybody to just, let's just use one hand, one or to kill one, two birds. All hail Biafra. When you see, I'm not watching again.
Thank you very much, Maze. Thank you very much. Yes, I understand what he meant by that, because it's a high time for us to rise up and make our demand, make the whole world to hear us. Because for a very long time, we have intellectuals, we have professors, in fact, we have so-called academians, being what Chukwuka have contributed into our lives. By now, we're supposed to figure a way to have our own nation called Biafra and build civilization. I have been campaigning this thing from day one. I don't see anybody from hinterland said that we are the wisest people, we are so intellectual, which we know we are one of the wisest people on the surface of the earth. But one thing we're lacking is for our ability for us to resolve our own issue on our own way. And that is that platform that all of us are lacking, is by special grace of Chukwuka Abiyama. Through the instrumentality Chukwuka have given it to our leader, Mazen Nandikano, we now form IPOB. Through this IPOB leadership, those things we're lacking as a race, as indigenous people, all of them we now have it in Biafra and IPOB leadership. Those qualities that we needed for us to catapult us where we want to be. All of those ingredients in the IPOB. What am I trying to say? When you said you hate something, you reject something, you need to make it abundant clear that everybody will see it and know that you rejected this thing and you hate this thing, you hated this, something like that. You will not say you hated the Zoological Republic. On 1st of October, you now prepare a small student to go give a special number or give some song or do some parade, like marching and giving all this parade, meaning you are not serious. But if you are genuine, serious, that you are now passing through hardship, untold hardship, difficulties, this sit at home is not only made for Biafrans, even Hausas, Southern Cardinals, Oduduwa's brethren, all of them must key in, because I don't see anything to celebrate. What are we celebrating? Are we celebrating 5.something million Biafran then killed during 1967 to 1970? Are we celebrating them? Don't you know when we go there and singing and saying one Zoological Republic, we are now mocking them, those our forefathers that fought that we may live today. Those our heroes and heroines that fought that we may live today. We are just like we are mocking them. Because those men, young men, they fought gallantly for us to be alive today. And tomorrow someone will come out and say they want to celebrate. What are you celebrating? I realize some people are doing it not because they love it, but they do it because of the jealousness and envy and anger and the wickedness in their hearts. And the common bond all of them have is corruption. Corrupt mind, that bind them together. That is what propelling them to do their evil. But today, those things lacking in Biafra, whether you are from coastal region, whether you are from hinterland region, IPOB and offering all those things that are lacking in the Zoological Republic, which is a voice to gather our people, a voice for the voiceless, a voice of liberation, a voice of freedom, a voice of liberty, a voice to total liberation of our ancestors' home. That is what lacking in Zoological Republic, and that is what Biafra, IPOB, offering to Biafra in general, the voice of voiceless. where you come and speak the truth, conk truth, undiluted truth without any compromise. That is what we are doing today. That not even only about Biafrans, every genuine indigenous people in the zoological republic called contraption, called the zoological republic, called Nigeria, must sit at home on 1st of October. The reason I'm saying this, they cannot complain that they killing you. At the same time, you just went out and continued to celebrate them. Celebrate people that are killing you. It doesn't make sense to me. If you say that these people are killing you, you have been subjected to added poverty. You have been subjected to all manner of evil. You don't have that mind to go out there and join them in celebration. No, it doesn't make sense. And that is why the world power are looking at us as people that we are now lacking something, that we are not listening well. That is why our leader always critical of us. Because of the way we are processing information, because of the way we are reasoning. You cannot complain that the zoological republic is not good. At the same time, you go out there and continue to celebrate their 1st of October. It doesn't make sense to me. And our politicians, the new politicians, they cannot say that you hated what Fulani or Likaka are doing. All their appointees throughout from Fulani extradition. Yet you join them in celebration. Why not you so-called political caucus? Why not you so-called their political juggernaut? Why not you so-called political in Biafran land? Join hands together and serve your people selfless. And come together and say, we want to put end to the zoological republic. What prevented you people to do that? Rather, we join hands and secretly and killing your people. But today, the voice of voiceless, which IPO leadership have offered to Biafrans in general, have stand up today and make it abundant clear that there will be a seat at home 1st of October. And every genuine people in zoological republic, not only about Biafran, we adhere to that instruction because it's a call of reason. When you say that these people are tormenting you physically, mentally, otherwise, there is nothing to celebrate. In fact, if the whole zoological republic will lock down on 1st of October, the world will step in and ask you what is going on. Are you celebrating amalgamation of Lord Lugard, the one that killed us with impunity? What are we celebrating? Sometimes it beats my imagination the way our people are reasoning. What had become over our people? Even think about, even some people will even say, let them go. What are you celebrating? Are you celebrating death, untimely death, premature death? Are you celebrating banditry? Are you celebrating kidnappers? Even they make it abundantly. If you are NY, whatever they call youth service, as mandated in Zoological Republic, once you are after university, you must go and serve your zoological, you must go and serve Nigeria for 1 year. I don't see why people even engage in serving Zoological Republic. They cannot offer you anything. And now they made it abundantly clear when you travel to see your family after service, or maybe you want to go to weekend to go and visit your family, give your contact number, tell them that you are about to go. So when the bandits now kidnap you, there will be a quick response in order to buy your ransom. Imagine, it's not the factors that is showing that the zoo is a failed state. And here we are. Even some people will even argue, you don't need to sit at home. Some people will argue, is it this way we're going to get a Biafra? Imagine. I don't want to say much because a lot have been said in this regard. But I call on the Biafrans and the Nigerian youth for them to shine their eyes, for them to rise up and stop all this evil. It's time for us to reject the Zoological Republic in all lentification. For us to be able to say enough is enough. We reject evil. We don't want to continue this way. Once we can be able to stand firm and proclaim it and say it and stand on it, believe me, power belongs to people. We will win the battle. And now this thing brings me to another topic, because our listeners knows that we always come on Sundays to have a chat and have conversation with the Biafrans, and also to deliberate on some pivotal informations or issues burdening our land. Today again, without exceptions, we must also deliberate again in issue about supporting Eastern security. Some people will say, is it every Sunday we come, some Asia coordinators come on A. Every Sundays we are always talk about supporting Eastern security. Yes. Yes. Without saying it, what are we going to say? Without supporting this thing, what can we going to use to defend our ancestral land? Day by day is no longer news, is no longer a topic. Banditry are entering even military cantonment, their location or their office or their camp, massacre them, convert all their ammunition, bring it to their own camp, using it, even sometimes money. Is it a news again? Is it a news that they are going straight to the school, capture school students, take as much as young pretty girl they want and take them and marry them off, pregnant them? Those ones they don't want to feel that these people is not there, they will demand money for ransom. Is it a news again? Since then, is anybody coming in our school? Is it a topic again? It's no longer a topic. In fact, as a matter of reality, is a kind of situation we now living on our life on daily basis. In fact, it had become a norm. Nobody take it, even when you come and arrest them or see when they massacre somebody or cut their head off. And he say, hey, just go. He said, they become a norm. It's like a normal. Killing had become normalized in our day-by-day life. Raping had been part of life. Ransom had become part of life. Staying in darkness had become part of our life. Unmotorable load had become part of our lives. Killing people had become part of our life. Cutting people their head off had become part of our life. In fact, everything evil and ugly become part of our life. Capturing houses, turning women widow, it had become our story. Nobody panic again. Nobody take it as a kind of evil. Nobody sees it as evil. It has become a kind of a normal. Now I'm asking questions. Do you know all these things you are highlighted? It's not an issue. It's not a topic in the Western world. Because it's a necessity. You ought to have light. You ought to have a clean water. You ought to have a motorable road. You ought to have a good hospital. It's a necessity. And those necessity, you're bound to have it. No politician use it to do campaign. Why I told you affirmation is because of our stupidity of our people. People do the fana work of fana okay. People enemy encroaching our people on daily basis. They are busy gossiping, busy fighting, busy waging war, busy talking all manner of things. Busy doing all manner of evil. Our politicians are grabbing money. While enemy is at the gate, planning how they will capture our land. And those so-called politicians, so-called gatekeepers, we commit our life. It's not our life. We commit our necessity into their hands. They look the opposite side. They even go and conspire with our enemy to kill us more. I'm talking about our politicians. That is why I call them all those genuine businessmen in Alaba, in Ojoliba, in wherever they call it, trade fair, in Biafra land, in diaspora. There is urgent need for us to support this Eastern security network. For them to safeguard our land. Our people are saying, we need to come up and support them. If you people are approaching, I don't know if you people will agree with me. If not by grace of Chukwu Okike, who by his own wisdom endow our beloved leader Mazin Nandekano with wisdom for him to set up a Eastern security network, by now I don't know what would have been our fate. To be honest, I want to just be candidate to you all. for whatever we are seeing in the land is minimized to compare the level mayhem, the level death, the level affliction these people could have caused to us if we didn't have this instant security network. And that is why we deem it fit. Every Sundays we come and remind Biafrans, people in diasporas, genuine men and women in Biafra and those rich people, we are not the exception. Now is time for you to come up through back door, support instant security. Let us do this thing and end zoo. We need to end zoo as quick as possible. Your alliance, you are obedient to zoo, will never help you. They will help you today, give you a limited time. The next tomorrow, they will give you project you know that you couldn't be able to succeed. They will even ask you to go and carry out the whole village before they will give you another contract or give you another license. Anything coming from zoo is a devil alternative. Their blessing is curse. Their promise is demon. Nothing comes in zoo that is good. The only traffic way, the only best opinion is for all rich people, men and women, to support this Biafran struggle, especially Eastern Security Network, for us to move on and soldier on and restore Biafra as quick as possible time. Without wasting more time, I'm going back to one of our national content for him to tell Biafra the need and also the reason why must all of us support this Eastern Security Network. Without wasting more time, I'm going back to King David. King David, can you hear me?
Yes, Onisi.
Go ahead. Microphone is yours.
Yeah. Onisi, almost you have said it all already. The thing there is our borders, all the Biafrans worldwide. For us to have Eastern Security Network is a grace, is the best thing ever the Biafrans can achieve. Starting from the time our leader Mazi Onyendu, bring the Eastern Security Network. Starting from that moment, that is when you see peace in Biafra land. Now, I don't know how you think that this the Eastern Security Network, our own people, these are our own people, this is our own. Our own is our own. Now, tell me how they can, move on without our support, without giving them what they need. The things they need. Look at them being inside the forest, sleeping inside the forest. Now look at me and you. We are inside our own house, staying with our family, doing whatever you want, whatever we need, go wherever you are. But look at these people, those who sacrifice their own life. They sacrifice themselves just to serve me and you, to protect me and you. This is what they have seen what has been happening, in our villages, in the Biafra land, and they are not happy with that. But I and you, we don't have the time. We don't want to sacrifice ourselves. It's them. They volunteer ourselves. They volunteer their time, their energy, everything. They leave their house, be in the bush, protecting me and you. Now, tell me what are we supposed to do? Somebody who is ready to die for you, and what are you going to do to protect him, to support him, for what he's doing? It's just only put our support. It's only when you bring our support, to tell them that yes, you appreciate what they are doing, you are happy of what they are doing. If you don't do that, they will feel like they are just wasting their time for like that. So my brothers and sisters, we don't need to be, or to be asked again to do the needful. That which we know that we're supposed to do is a mandatory thing, it's a supposed thing that we know that we're supposed to do it. If we don't do it, tell me where do you expect them to bring those things? Since you know that they're not doing any other business, they are in the bush day and night. The rain fall on them, the sun hit on them, everything on them. They are just used like us. Both the young ones and the old people, they are there for everything, because of us. Only for us to just bring the little that we have to support them, to tell them to go ahead, go on for what you are doing. We are so happy for what you are doing. Whatever they need, with what they need, they don't need to ask for anything. Everything's supposed to be extra before them. My brothers, please, my brothers and sisters, let us use one mind, one hand to do the needful. Anything you have, and this is not what you do once you last. No, it's continuously. They need to be eating every day. What they wear on their leg, the boot they wear on their leg, because they are going on the forest every day and night. The clothes they will use to cover their naked bodies. The little food they will eat. So this is continuously. Not that if you do today, you relax, you say that you have done it. No, it's continuously. Because since you eat every day, you will drink every day. That is the same way they need it. They need those things. They need to eat it every day. They can't eat once and relax. No. And they need something. They need something in their hands, to protect themselves. They cannot go out there empty-handed. No, it's not possible. So this is what we're supposed to do, between every day. We tell our friends, lovers of freedoms and lovers of Biafras, all of them should join hands together, to do the needful. Whatever we get, we just send to them. Anytime we get something, we send to them continuously. Biafrans, please, let us do the best thing we know that we're supposed to do. It's not everything that or we want people to tell us to do this and that. No, not everything that we need to or to be asked to do. No, there's things that we need to do by ourselves. Just do some. You see, some of us, you can go to a bar and you waste more than let's use in dollar. You can waste more than $10, $20, $30 in a day. You see, some people carry their girlfriends. With only their girlfriend, they go to hotel or any restaurant. You see, they spend money like anyhow. But you see that person who is protecting you, using his own life because of you, and you cannot bring that little thing that you have to support that person. Now, but that is evil. That is evil. That's what we call sin. This is a complete sin. Do you think that only sin is only when you steal, only when you kill someone? No. That's the thing that which you're supposed to do, and you fail to do it. It's a sin. Like I keep saying, I say that I'm not that type that I always like to talk much. I believe that a word is enough for the wise. So please let us, use one mind, to just together that which we have, to give to our own people. They are our own brothers, they are our own sisters, they are our sons, they are our fathers. Let us, support them, give them exactly what they need, so that they can carry on. They'll be happy that yes, they are the people, they are protecting, they really appreciate what they are doing, so that they continue. So when we support, when we appreciate what they are doing, you see them doing everything, a lot of things, even the one we didn't expect. So brother and sister, please let us use one hand to do it with one mind. Thank you so much, my leader.
Thank you very much. That is beautiful. Thank you, Maz King David. Thank you very much. I think take away from underline point. We must underline that statement. He said that if these men and women will deprive themselves comfort home and staying in the bush in order to safeguard our life, there is a need, we must support them. That is the message from Maze, King David. And we now encourage our people to rally around and do needful to support them. Not once, not twice. In fact, it's what we're supposed to do in a regular basis. Because what they're doing, if someone can bring out his life, I think there are people that made, I will say, the most powerful sacrifice in this Biafran restoration. Because if somebody can bring out his life, say he ready to submit his life, he's willing to die, I think their sacrifice, we have a different category of sacrifice. Their own, I will say, is like number one. So, and we must appreciate it, and we must acknowledge them by doing things we ought to do. So that is the message from Maze, King David. Thank you very much for that wonderful thing. National Grant from South Korea. Without wasting more time, let me go back to Maze Wajago. Maze Wajago, can you hear me?
Very well, I'm here.
Okay, please tell us, tell Biafran there, all of them are listening now. Tell them the reason and the need for us to support Eastern Security Network. So go ahead.
Thank you very much, our leader in Maze Oscar Pepe. Biafrans worldwide, I come again to encourage us to do the need. I think it's a very simple instruction, and I believe we have heard this over and over again, and we already know what to do. But for those who have not had enough, or those who need to hear more, we are here to encourage you to do the need to support our Eastern Security Network. I want to say something that our people need to understand, that this ESN is our only and our last. The people that have brought themselves, these are our volunteers, they have presented themselves for ultimate sacrifice to use their life to defend our land. They are defending our land every day that the sun rises. So the issue, talking about support for Eastern Security Network, I don't think in any way it can be overemphasized. It is something we must do. Because we quote from the American Declaration in 1776 that is a self-evident. It's self-evident truth that all men are born equal and created equal by the Almighty Chukwuka. And we are all endowed by Him with certain inalienable rights. And among these rights are life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. So if we have right to live in our life, in our land, we must have right to defend ourselves. And our right to pursue happiness. How can you be happy in such a dangerous society? A society where you can never guarantee you will come back home when you move out. Everybody, it doesn't matter who is that, everybody is not safe. My fellow Biafrans, it is sacrosanct and pivotal to support and sustain and strengthen our volunteers in the Eastern Security Network. Whatever we do, whatever we think or what we say, the first and the last line of defense for the continual existence of our way of life and our survival as the people, the survival of our young generation, the survival of generations to be born, everything hangs on this project called ESN, Eastern Security Network. So whatever we do, think, or say, the demand for the Eastern Security Network is very important. And every one of us, especially those in diaspora, especially those in diaspora and all our rich people back home. Everybody must support the Eastern Security Network. Everybody must do something to finance this project. It is called money. It's not about any other way. It is money. Our commanders and our leaders of the front line, they know how to process and assess what they need. But money, we must finance it. We must support. Everyone must put hands together. It's something that is morally right. Because these volunteers, they will continue to defend our towns and our villages, our farmland, our bushes from the vampire masquerading themselves bandits. Why? I think these are conk terrorists sponsored by Atorok, and they in our land. They are served by our so-called leaders, that is the state governors in Biafra land. They are called leaders. We gave them the mantle to lead us to safety, to lead us to prosperity. But they are leading us to death by working with the enemy, working with the terrorists. But my information to them, all these governors and those who we gave the mantle and those who stole mantle of leadership, all of them put together, we are the people. We, the Biafran, are the people. And you can never defeat the people. We will come for all of you when the time is right. When our madness is built up and overflows. Right now, our speech, we talk to our people today on this topic of support for Eastern Security. So my fellow Biafrans, let us do all we can. We will not talk the whole day on this topic, but as my coordinator from Korea has, a word is enough for a wise. Our people are wise to understand, and everything humanly possible will be done. Continue in this push to freedom until we arrive at the day. I don't know. Thank you, Biafrans worldwide, and my regards for every of IPOB, everyone in IPOB leadership. And thank in a special way by Rep Maz. Okay.
Thank you very much, Mazi. Thank you very much, Maz Nwajago. I think your information is well noted, and you give us very, very important information this afternoon. And I want to all listeners to listen very good, because there is things I want to put in a nutshell regarding your information you just give us. You know, when you talk about prosperity, when you talk about anything, when you talk about future, you think about security. Because there is a takeaway in this information Mazi Nwajago just gave us now. You know, when you think about future, when you think about safety, when you think about building civilization, you first of all think about security. Because without security and life, there is absolutely nothing you can be able to do. It's only people that are alive who will now think about tomorrow. It's only people that are alive that can be able to build houses and get married. If you are dead, you will not be able to marry again. If you're in hospital, you will not think about anything. You will think about for you to be able to walk again, for you to be healed and eat, not even think about riches. So now you see the vital information Mazi Nwajago just gave us now, meaning that we think about life first. What is life? Life is security. If we not protect our ancestral land and we allow the enemy to crouch and overpower us, God forbid battle, not only they will kill us, they will take what our property and take what belongs to us and render us in our own right to become minority. So you see, When you think about those people in diaspora that thinking you want to build this, you want to build that, you want to bring investment in our place, they cannot build it in a third land. They cannot build it in unconducive area. When you talk about investment, you must invest where it is conducive and where they have a vibrant economy. They cannot come in such a place called Zoological Republic. They started saying they want to invest. That is why investors are running out from Zoological Republic. Because when you don't have security, how can you invest? That is why the point Mazi Ajag made this afternoon is very, very important. He's taken away in his point, because we almost understand when we think about anything we are about to do in Biafra land, we must first of all think about life. And that life starts from securing that our land. Because if you don't secure our land, those bandits, those terrorists, they will come in and kill us. When they kill us, who will you president over? When we kill us, who will you govern again? When we kill us, who will you said that you represent him as a National Assembly, as a senator? Who will you said you want to represent again? So when we think all this is, we must first of all think about the life of our people. You cannot tell me that you are in the House of Assembly, you are a senator, you are a governor, and you love your people, yet your policy, your acting, your actions, and unactions is geared towards killing your people. You are fellow Biafrans. Our Catholic said he hate Biafran with a pathological hatred. He never loved Biafrans at all. Because when you love Biafran, there is a things you will be doing when we know that genuinely you love Biafrans. But I never see any Biafran governor, all this eastern, all this Biafran land, both coastal region and hinterland region. I never see a genuine governor say that he loves his people. Because when you love people, there is a things we do. We're not errant. We're not alien with what is happening in our land. We now see what is going on in our land. We know what the foreign oligarchy is doing. We know what the evil men, political juggernaut are doing in our land. We are not stranger to all these things. All these things, we are now seeing this evil they are doing, committing on day by day, is telling us our face. So when we talk about we love our people, we must first of all think about security. Think about the life of our people. That is very, very important. You cannot kill people that you, at the same time you say that you love that people. It's a hypocrite. And it's a lie from pit of hell. So when you are a governor, when you are a senator, when you are a House of Assembly, you say that you love people, you must show it by your actions. You cannot turn around and kill your people and at the same time you say that you love the same people that you kill. It's not possible. Only people that have profess and confess love is our leader, and he show it towards Biafra and also IPOB leadership and IPOB in general, and a few individual in politicians. Others, I don't see what they're doing, and also other lovers of Biafra, because there is other genuine Biafrans. They're not even my IPOB member, but they have doing a lot of things in order to support what we are doing. So without wasting more time, thank you very much, Mazi Wajago. Your topic is well noted, and also those takeaways. I believe the Biafrans are also keying in and getting those information, because it's very, very vital in what we are doing.